everyone. This is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your monthly angel card reading for January 2018. This is a brand new month and a brand new year. There's a lot of exciting astrological energies happening as well as universal energies happening. So a lot to talk about, and I think we should get right to it. Otherwise this video will be too long, or it will have to be in two parts, and we don't want that. So to begin, we're going to be using the Power Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine for the main message. We're going to be using a couple of cards from the Syrian Starseed Tarot to talk about universal energies of the year and the month. And your special message card, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Archangel Divination deck by Doreen Virtue. So let's look at your stones of choice for the reading, for your special message. Okay, your first stone of choice, I was going to say special message. Your first stone of choice is actually a clear quartz crystal. Now, this clear quartz crystal is a little bit different than most. It has a flat top to it. Most clear quartz crystals, you see a point. You always see the clear quartz as a point. This has got a flat top. This is a feminine clear quartz crystal. It's got a wide face on it. The other sides of it don't have those, same wide faces. So this is a divine feminine quartz crystal, bringing in that idea of the divine feminine for this year of 2018. It's also what we call a Lemurian starseed crystal, a record keeper crystal. That's because it has the indentations or the energies you may not be able to see because it's such a clear crystal, but it's got little ridges and edges here. It has encoded information that brings forth higher dimensional messages, or again, information from ancient lifetimes encoded from our spiritual DNA that we're here to kind of process and bring in. So this is a very wonderful crystal energy for power and intensification of the divine feminine energies. Your second stone of choice is amethyst. This is a nice size amethyst point. And the amethyst, of course, is crown chakra energy, bringing in higher awareness, higher guidance, messages from universal or God source energies. It brings in a peaceful effect, a calming effect. It helps with dreams, as well as has that energy of the violet flame of Saint Germain that helps transmuting, releasing lower vibrational energies. So again, this beautiful amethyst is going to relate to clear cognizance and opening yourself up to higher awareness and higher guidance. The last stone of choice is a selenite wand. Now, selenite, you might see the different selenite pieces I have. It can come in small loose stones, ovals, heart shape. This happens to be a wand, which brings in this magical kind of effect. And, it reminds me of being a priestess with my wand here. But the selenite helps you to connect with past lives, present, and future lives as well. It helps you to connect with the angelic realm, the higher dimensions, again, those beings of the highest vibration of light, bringing forth, again, various information and messages that will be helpful. So they're all high vibrational stones. Again, you got that clear quartz, you have the amethyst or the selenite wand to choose from for your special message. So let's talk about the energy of the year 2018, and we can only talk about it briefly because of the time constraints of the video. But if we add up 2018, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8, we get master number 11. If we looked at the reduced number of the 2, because 1 plus 1 equals the 2, that reduced vibration of the 2 for the whole year of 2018 brings in the idea of balance, equality. Partnerships and relationships are also going to be a big thing for this year 2018. So I feel like we're going to be connecting with important soulmates in this year. Now, this could be romantic, this could be business, this could be family, this could be our soul family of the light, okay? So not necessarily biological, but basically our spiritual family. But again, it brings in that idea of relationship and partnership and working together and working in balance. And that idea of the number 2 being about balance and the divine feminine brings in the idea of connecting with intuition, connecting with the energies of compromise and diplomacy, and again, equality, which we've already mentioned, equality. So we're bringing things back into balance by bringing in that divine feminine energy. Now, if we look at master number 11, again, this is the vibration of the whole year of 2018, but that master number 11 is the energy of the light worker. It's the energy of one who inspires. It is the energy of one who connects with their higher psychic abilities. It's the energy of one who connects with leadership, higher leadership. But when we think about the 2 ones of the 11 being about, again, take charge, leadership, and masculine energy, but yet when we combine the 2 ones, it equals that 2, which is divine feminine energy, and listening to others and being open to other suggestions and doing what's right for the whole and not just the self. That's the idea of the master number 11. It's the great leader, but the great leader always listens to everyone else that's involved, listens to their opinions, listens to their thoughts, and then takes charge and makes the best decision for all concerned. So we're going to see more leadership energies happening in 2018 that emulate that higher spiritual energy of, again, inspiration, take charge, balance, equality, and doing what's good not just for the one, but for the other, or for the all, if you want to look at it like that, because we're all one. So let's talk about, well, actually, I need to show you this card really quick. This is actually the tarot card, Major Arcana 11 with Divine Justice, and I do want to touch on this very briefly before getting into January's energy specifically. The tarot card that rules master number 11, or the 11th major arcana, being the Justice card in the traditional tarot. Here we see Lady Justice holding the scales of balance. And in most tarot decks, she's also holding a sword of truth. In this deck, she's not. But think about, again, the sword of truth and the karmic scales of balance. Okay, so things are going to become more karmically balanced within this year 2018, and this is on a global level. It could be on a personal, individual level as well, so that things will karmically start to rebalance in your lives, but this is also meant to be more on a global kind of level, to, again, where there's been disempowerment or inequality. Now we start to see those scales of justice coming back into balance, bringing the equality, bringing the empowerment, bringing the divine feminine here back into balance. And you can see the imagery here. I mean, we have the dark universe around here. We've got these wonderful colors around Lady Justice that could be relating to the different chakras, passion, self-empowerment, creative self-expression, the oranges and the golds here. And then we have this clearing right around her body here. It's like the clearing and the opening to the higher dimensions, the clarity of the universe that's coming in here. So I really like the imagery of this card here. So now let's talk about January. January is going to be a universal 12 month because we're in a universal 11 year added to the 1 of January, because January is the first year, we get the number 12. Now, if we reduce the number 12 down to a single digit, we get the number 3. The number 3 is about creative self-expression and communication in all of its forms. Speaking, teaching, writing, you know, anything that deals with ideas, the mental realm and communication. It deals with our belief systems as well. The number 3 is about learning to adjust our belief systems to be more positive, because the number 3 likes to be happy and joyful and, you know, looking at the glass half full. And so it's got this expansion effect to it, and we want to expand into those positive, creative, joyous qualities with the number 3. Now, the number 12, it's not a karmic number, it's not a master number, but if we look at the 12th major arcana in the tarot, it's the Hanged Man. So we have this influence not only of the Divine Justice card for the whole year, that is our backdrop month to month that we're going to be going through, this idea again of rebalancing the Divine Feminine within the planet as well as within ourselves, and truth and justice and equality. But for January we have this idea of the Hanged Man. And if you look at the image here, we have the Hanged Man is within a pendulum. Now in the traditional tarot, he's normally pictured as hanging from one foot by a tree branch. Here they do it a little different with a crystal pendulum, which I really like since I'm so into crystals. And again, he's hanging upside down, but if you look closely, he's in this meditative state. He's got his eyes are closed, he's still, he's not moving, his crown chakra is all lit up. So what does that suggest? This is about the idea of surrender. And surrender doesn't mean giving up or feeling stuck. Surrender is about allowing. So in the Hanged Man, we're allowing this higher consciousness, this higher energy to flow in through the crown chakra. But interesting that he's upside down, right? Usually we would see ourselves sitting up or standing up and the crown chakra being lit up. But here he's suspended upside down. So that suspension is a key as well. Suspension means there might be a period of waiting before there's some sort of movement. Suspension, again, is that idea of surrendering to divine timing and just allowing things to unfold. But also being hung upside down means he's looking at things from a different perspective. So, if you think about turning yourselves upside down, everything outside in the world is going to look a little bit different. So it's that idea of viewing the circumstances around us that's happening on the planet, on the globe, viewing the circumstances around us that's happening within our personal environment or in our relationships, viewing them all from a different perspective, a higher perspective, because he's meditating and his crown chakra is lit up. If the pendulum was the physical body, the crown chakra would be up here and the base chakra would be down here. He's upside down and his crown chakra is located where the root chakra would be. So in essence, we're combining the idea of the root chakra and the crown chakra together, the personality and the higher soul self together, okay? The personality is we're operating out of that base chakra of security, with the traditional kind of ideas of the chakras. The root chakra, the base chakra is about energies of security. The crown chakra is that higher awareness. Here, through the personality, we're focusing or channeling our higher soul self. So we're kind of trying to combine both of those. We're trying to merge and balance, again, that number 2 for the year. We're trying to balance in that sense of operating through our higher soul self and letting that operate through our personality. Because a lot of times we're operating through our personality on a day-to-day basis. We go to work, we take care of errands, we have family and situations that are going on, finances that are going on. And then when we meditate, we get all into our crown chakra and that higher awareness and messages from the universe. Now we're trying to merge the both of those ideas, excuse me. We're trying to merge that idea of operating out of our personality root chakra on a day-to-day basis by connecting with and allowing our higher soul self to flow through more continually. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the astrology of the month. And we're just going to talk about the highlights. We're going to keep the details for the weekly readings. But there's a lot going on in this month as far as the highlights. So we start the month out on January 1st with a full moon in Cancer at 11 degrees. Now this full moon in Cancer at 11 degrees is connecting with a whole bunch of planets. It's connecting to Venus, it's connecting to Mars and Jupiter, Neptune, and then Pluto. Now, the moon naturally rules Cancer. So the moon is all about our emotions, our feelings. And the Cancer energy is all about emotions and feelings, intuitions, home, family, nurturing, caretaking. So we have a heightening of this energy with the full moon. But not only is this just a regular full moon, which intensifies the energies of the sign that it's in, but it's a supermoon. A supermoon, meaning that the moon is at its closest point to the Earth. As the planets rotate, as the moon rotates around the Earth, sometimes the moon is further away from the Earth, sometimes it's closer to the Earth in its movement. This is one of those times where the moon is as close to the Earth in its rotation that it can actually be. And when we have a full moon, when the moon is at its closest point to the Earth, it's called a supermoon. So here it's going to bring about even more intensity of these energies, because if you think about a full moon, whenever we have a full moon, people's emotions are heightened. The tides of the ocean, are affected. There's a lot of things affected by that full moon energy. The fact that the moon is closer to the Earth means that it's going to affect the Earth and our personalities, situations, relationships, our emotional bodies, even more so, even more intensely. So here we have, again, this intensification of energies regarding our intuition, the divine feminine within us, the nurturing qualities within us, the idea of protection. Cancer is a very kind of protective kind of sign, as well as energies, again, of home and family, community, and that kind of thing. It's opposing Venus, the planet of relationships and finances, in the sign of Capricorn. It is connecting with both Mars and Jupiter in the sign of Scorpio, which is going to bring, again, this intensification of that water energy of our psychic senses because of that. The Scorpio energy is very clairsentient, as is Cancer. So all of that, Mars and Jupiter and Scorpio connecting with this full moon in Cancer, is going to really heighten a lot of our empathic abilities and our sensitivities to other people, as well as circumstances and situations. And then it's also trine Neptune in the other water sign of Pisces. And Neptune is the ruler of the spiritual realm, and Pisces is the energy that rules the spiritual realm and the collective. And so we, in essence, have a grand trine in water here. So hugely emotional energies for this full moon that starts out the year. And then in opposition to Pluto, in Capricorn, that again is about transformation and death and rebirth energies, and transmuting lower vibrational energies, and change. So on the 2nd of January, we have Uranus turning back to direct motion. Now Uranus is the Great Awakener. Uranus rules higher vibrational God-mind energies. Uranus is the rebel. Uranus is the initiator. Uranus is the scientist, the inventor. Uranus is kind of claircognizant energy. It's like clear inspiration and thought. And whenever a planet goes either direct or retrograde, when it's slowing down to make that shift, it heightens the energy of that planet. And Uranus is already a pretty heavy-duty planet, and it's shifting to go back to direct motion at 24 degrees of Aries on the 2nd, right after the full moon. It's going to really be a powerful start to the month of January, with these two astrological things happening on the 1st and the 2nd. Then we're going to skip all the way to the 11th of January with Mercury, the planet of the mind, the mental realm, communications, ideas. It's going into the sign of Capricorn. So it's going to become more practical, more grounded, more goal-oriented in its approach. On the 16th, we have a new moon. Okay, so the new moon, time of new beginnings, is going to be at 26 to 27 degrees of Capricorn, and it's connecting to Jupiter, Pluto, and Uranus. Some pretty heavy planets there that are going to bring, again, changes and new directions and expansions of our belief systems, and death and rebirth kinds of energies in different areas of our life. I feel like, this is potentially a good thing here with the Capricorn energy. It's, Capricorn is about our life path, our destiny path, who we are out in the world. And again, it's new beginnings happening here. On the 17th and the 19th, we have Venus and then the Sun moving into Aquarius. So Venus, the divine feminine, ruling love, relationships, as well as money and finances. The Sun ruling our individuality, how we shine our light out into the world. This is going to be operated now through the lens of Aquarius for the next little while, for the next few days. And the sign of Aquarius is the sign of the humanitarian, the sign of equality, the sign of doing things that are in the best interest of the group rather than just the individual. So there's going to be a lot of group activity or group focus after both Venus and the Sun move into that sign of Aquarius. Then we're going to skip to the 26th of January. Mars, the planet that rules energy and action, is moving out of water sign Scorpio and into fire sign Sagittarius. Now, Mars is a fire planet, and while it's been in Scorpio, it might have felt a little bit watered down, although very intense and passionate in a certain way and dealing with issues of empowerment, because that's what Scorpio is about in one sense. Now with Mars moving into fire sign Sagittarius, it's going to be passionate but in a different way. Now it's more inspirational. Now it's more action-oriented. Now it's more fiery because, again, fire planet and a fire sign. So things are going to happen fast. Things are going to be maybe even a little unpredictable as they're unfolding quickly and happening fast. But Sagittarius is about travel, movement, expansion of our belief systems, philosophies. It can be about adventure. And so with all of these aspects of Sagittarius, we're going to see movement happening, fast forward movement as Mars moves through that sign of Sagittarius for the next few weeks. Then at the end of the month, on the 31st of January, we have another full moon, which is a little unusual. Usually we have one full moon and one new moon per month. But since the full moon on the 1st of January, the very first day of the first month of the year happened, we're going to have another full moon on the last day of this first month of the year. So it's called a blue moon because it's that second full moon of the month. It is at 11 degrees of Leo, and it's also, if I'm not mistaken, a lunar eclipse, which makes it even more powerful. So this heightening of energy of Leo. Leo, again, is about creative self-expression, creativity in all of its forms. It's about shining our light, being generous, being like having fun, being innocent like a child, but yet being expressive. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Leo is very expressive in a happy, kind of joyous, inner child kind of way. So this full moon is actually opposing Venus in Aquarius, but more importantly, it's connecting with the North Node at 14 degrees of Leo. And the North Node is about forward-moving destiny. The North Node and the South Node are destiny points. And with the North Node at 14 degrees Leo, that means the South Node is at 14 degrees Aquarius. So the South Node is with Venus in Aquarius, while the full moon and the North Node are happening in that creative, expressive sign of Leo. And again, the North Node is where we're moving towards. It's like, you know, the South Node is the past and the North Node is the future in simplistic terms. So we're moving towards this future of creative self-expression and expansion here with that full moon, that blue moon, that lunar eclipse at the very last day of the month. So very powerful energies because of those two full moons and because of Uranus turning direct at the beginning of the month. Again, it brings in the idea of surrender, because I feel like there's going to be so much happening, so many changes on a spiritual, emotional, energetic level happening. And again, with Mars moving into Sagittarius, with the fast movement happening, it might be faster than we're expecting, faster than maybe we're ready for. And so it brings in that, again, that idea of surrender. Surrender to what's happening. Stay connected, stay balanced within your higher soul self and your personality at the same time. And be ready for some of those changes that are going to bring in this sense of equality and justice throughout the year. All right, so let's take a look at the cards for the month as I'm looking at the time here. All right, so the first card is the High Priestess, Major Arcana 2. Great way to start out this reading. It says powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation that provides valuable information. Be at peace. Be at peace to me means stay in balance. Okay, the High Priestess is a powerful energy. She's got that divine masculine of master number 11, but that divine feminine of the number 2, that idea of equality and peace and balance. Great psychic insights, powerful priestess. They are very tuned in to their psychic perceptions, their psychic intuitions. And again, this is a great way to start out our month by tapping into that priestess energy, that divine feminine energy that also has the balance of divine masculine energy with it. The second card for the month, wow, we have another major arcana. Major arcana 16. In this deck, it's called Change Your Life with Archangel Chamuel. The message at the bottom says, a sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that change brings. So there's lots of changes that are coming with these 2 full moons, with Uranus turning direct. Now you can see the angel here sitting, I don't know where they're sitting, on some sort of building or up high on a tower, but they're looking across the cityscape here. And to me, again, it brings in this intuitive idea of traveling. Now this could be physical travel or physical moving. Maybe you're moving somewhere, but it can also be spiritual travel, you know, traveling other dimensions. Usually though, this particular major arcana brings in the idea of great changes in your environment. This is likened to the Tower card in the regular tarot deck, and the Tower card usually means that there's some sort of physical changes happening in your environment, almost to the effect that sometimes it pulls the rug out from underneath you. Because it's so sudden and so powerful. So basically go with the change, make the changes, flow with the changes, initiate the changes if you can, and move forward with your life. Archangel Chamuel is the archangel that helps us with our life purpose and direction. The last card for the month that was pulled, wow, this is a powerful month. We have 3 major arcana cards in a row. That is pretty unusual. This is major arcana number 12. It's called Perspective in this deck. Isn't that interesting? January is the 12 universal energy, the Hanged Man. Perspective. This is the Hanged Man. This is, in the traditional tarot, the Hanged Man. This angel is hanging upside down. It's about changing your perspective about what's happening. Again, Archangel Chamuel, strong energy with Chamuel this month. That rules our life purpose or helps us with our life purpose. It says there's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Pause, surrender for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. Do something different. Do something unusual, exciting. Be adventurous, okay? But again, it says pause. There might be a pause in the energy. I feel like we're being set up here with the cards that have come up. The High Priestess, the Change Your Life, and the Perspective. It's all bringing in this highly spiritual, powerful energy that's going to redirect our lives in some way, I feel, as we start to unfold into February, March, and April. So it doesn't mean that there can't be changes this month. I feel like, in fact, they are initiated this month. But be prepared that it's probably going to take a few months for everything to unfold. So now we have to take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. So I'm going to shuffle here, taking a deep breath and asking for the quartz crystal people what your message is. This one's sticking out to me. Chakra clearing. Archangel Metatron, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. Archangel Metatron is the archangel that connects us to our Akashic records. Okay, and this is such a powerful month. I think that this is going to be an awakening, that master number 11 of the year is awakening us to Archangel Metatron's energies of connecting with our Akashic records. So basically they want you to do some chakra clearing, doing some healing here, calling in that purple ray of energy and using geometric shapes. I get the Merkaba, so research the Merkaba energy, immerse yourself in the Merkaba energy, and allow that to kind of clear your body, mind, and energy field. Okay, we have to move on or we're not going to get through all the special message cards. So for the amethyst people, I got to slow down here for a second. This one keeps calling my attention. Hello from heaven. This is Archangel Azrael. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. I feel like this is about some transitions with people and maybe pets that occurred in the last few months of 2017. Your loved ones want you to know that they are fine, and I feel like, in fact, they are moving towards being able to assist you from the spiritual realms. They're guiding you in a certain way. They're with you. They're wanting you to know that they are assisting you in the best way that they can. I feel like they need to go through their own healing process first, but they're working with the archangels and some of those higher beings of light to be able to guide and assist you. Archangel Azrael is also the archangel that helps with counseling us through difficult periods in our life. And so that would be a secondary message for the month for the people that chose the amethyst. And for those of you that chose the selenite wand, okay, selenite wand people. All right, this one's calling my attention. You know what to do, Archangel Uriel. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Okay, Archangel Uriel, divine inspiration, claircognizance again. That seems to be coming up a lot. You know what to do. So you have an inner knowingness of what needs to be done, what steps to take, what direction to go. Follow that. Believe in that and trust that as your inner guidance. He's holding that lantern, which reminds me of the hermit, which is finding your own inner light and listening to your inner guidance, because you do know what to do. You know what feels right. Okay, go with this divine inspiration. I feel like you're going to be shown images or pictures, maybe through, billboards or music or whatever it might be, as confirmation to what it is that you need to do next, the steps that you need to take next in your life. All right, everyone, thank you so much for listening to the monthly angel card reading for January 2018. I send all of you much love and light that this is going to be the best year ever, and I send you many, many angel blessings until we meet for the next weekly reading. Namaste, everyone.